Welcome to Our Drummers Musicians. I'm your host Luke, and today I'm joined by Nathan Liow, an award-winning jazz pianist and composer who's a regular fixture in Melbourne's jazz venues, and has studied under some of the biggest names in jazz, including Fred Hersch and Andrea Keller. But Nathan is also the artist behind Life is Better Blonde, a solo project that gained critical acclaim and saw a rapid rise in 2015, earning a J Award nomination, millions of streams, and a place in BBC's One Extra's Top 5 Future R&B. We reflect on that sudden success, how quickly the moment passed, and what it taught him about making music for yourself rather than for external validation. We also talk about jazz, composing for film and gallery spaces, keeping an audio journal, the creative process behind balancing live and studio sounds, and plenty more. This was such a fun and insightful chat, although fair warning, I had just finished a uni exam, so things got a little bit chaotic. I really hope you enjoy this very special chat with Nathan Liow. Oh, also, and how do I pronounce your name, just for the record?
Liow? I'm not very, I don't care.
Okay.
Yeah, Liow is fine. Yeah.
It's like, when you say it's fine, is there like a better way I should say it?
It's okay, so here's like the full thing is that like Chinese is like a tonal language. So I think it's a lot to ask people to say it like with the correct tone.
Right.
And also it's sort of like so separate to English that like you just have to think about it so much. Mm-hmm. But then also, my family doesn't speak Chinese. We speak a dialect. So we've never said Liao among ourselves. It's like pronounced differently. So my relationship to that, to like how you say the name, it's just like, oh, that's just that thing for documents and whatever when I'm being introduced. It's fine.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
What dialect do you speak?
Oh, Cantonese, but like Hakka Cantonese.
Okay.
So it's like, it's not that obscure. Like, you know, I don't know, several dozen million people speaking in the world. But yeah, so it's like, it is a little bit different. Yeah, I personally don't care.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think Liao is pretty close. Do you know the MasterChef dude, Adam Liao? Mm-hmm. And so he spells it in English differently, but he says it on camera the same way. So
right.
So like sometimes I'll be like, oh, I like the chef Adam Liao, and then they'll be like, oh yeah, cool.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Fascinating.
Yeah.
I learnt Mandarin in primary school.
Did ya?
6 years.
No shit.
Yeah, but
how's that going?
I can still count to.
Yeah.
Oh, what could I count to? 99?
Oh, that's good.
Because I can't remember the word for 100.
Bye.
Okay, well now I can count to 999.
You can.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, good.
But that's it. Wajal Luke.
That was like so not confident. It's like so. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not very good with languages.
Okay.
No one in my family spoke a second language.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just really like music.
Yeah.
So I sort of just lent into that my whole life.
Yeah.
And yeah. Never really maintained it. I was like, looking back now, I wish I did. And I went to China for like almost a month in 2010.
No way.
For the World Expo.
I would have just missed you. I was there for like a whole year playing piano in like this weird jazz bar.
Wow.
I left, I think, just before World Expo because, well, I think my visa ran out, but also like I was like, I don't want to be here for this.
Sure.
I was like, it was already insane as it was on
right.
just like a regular day.
What was it like playing in this little jazz bar?
Strange.
Did you have a residency there for a year?
Yeah, it's a residency is like a very stretching it.
Okay.
Basically, I got called into Dep, and then the owner was like, "You come back tomorrow," and then it was like that every day for like a year.
Wow. What an experience.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was a money sink.
Okay.
I like they just had money, like full kitchen, like full like menu and everything, show every night, musicians from all over the world, like, you know, and very few customers.
Oh.
Yeah. And just not concerned about that aspect of of the establishment.
Interesting.
Yeah, but it was a good time. Met a lot of cool people.
What was it like playing for no customers?
I think it depended on the band. So like if we got a good band that was like, there was a couple of guys from Australia. There was a guy called Toby Mack who's he comes to Australia a bit, and he's an excellent trumpet player, and he's sort of Andrea Keller's generation.
Right.
And when I was playing with him, it was always a good time. And then sometimes you're playing with other people that are just sort of there to have a boozy year and can kind of play the drums.
Right.
And then you're like, okay, cool. Like I'll just play some blues licks and just try and last this out.
So were you like part of a house band?
Yeah. Sort of a rotating house band.
Oh, fascinating.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It was very informal. Like some weeks I'd be there like every night, and then other weeks I'll be there like 3 or 4 nights. So I was chill. I wasn't doing anything else.
Yeah, cool.
So I was like, cool. It's a nice way to make money.
Yeah.
You get paid you get paid more than enough for a fairly modest lifestyle there.
Mm-hmm.
But like, Shanghai is the whole thing is if you want to spend as much money as you want, you can. But like, it was also possible to not do that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Had you lived in China before then?
No, I'd gone on holidays, but I actually, when I finished VCA, and I was getting just like private lessons with Monique DiMattina, and she was like, what are you going to do after you graduate? I was like, I don't know, kind of want to travel. Was thinking about like going to China because like, I'm Chinese and I wanted to sort of just explore that aspect. And then she was like, you can play music in China and get paid for it, and then you can just sort of do all that and not spend a dime and, earn money.
Wow.
So I was like, I'll try that. Yeah.
Would you recommend it to
others? I would, but bear in mind this was like 15 years ago. So I think it's different now, and I'm not sure in what way. I think it's like as sort of a very vague, educated guess, I think Shanghai's probably reached a saturation point with musicians and maybe establishments. I don't know. It might. So I think, but I think Beijing might be easier, or maybe other places like Macau, Hong Kong. I actually don't know. Mm-hmm. But at that time, it was really easy to get work in Shanghai.
Yeah, right.
Like you just kind of get off. The whole thing was like, yeah, just go there and you'll figure it out.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you do that to other countries as well?
No.
Okay.
No, just specifically. So I was like, I know I want to go to China. And then I spoke to a few people and they were like, go to Shanghai.
Yeah, right. Wow.
Yeah.
I went on a school trip to the World Expo.
Great.
Because I paid like a $70 admin fee, and the Victorian Department of Education paid for us to go over and demonstrate the Victorian education system in like a fake classroom with like speeches to dignitaries and like doing these like, like global research projects.
That sounds strange.
It was. But they also tagged on like a tour. So like we went out to like, the Great Wall and stayed in this like remote Chinese village in the middle of nowhere. And
how fun.
Terracotta warriors. And it was like, I think I was like 16, 15 or something. And it was amazing. Like, changed my like perspective, I suppose. It was the first time I'd gone like to another non-Western country.
Right. Did you... Like, how did it change your perspective?
Like, I think because it was just, like, it's the first time that I hadn't traveled in Australia or New Zealand. And so it was like, just everything culturally is so different. The food's different. I can't speak the language, so I have to rely on somebody else to, like, talk, just to, like, communicate. There's, like, some basics, but, like, even just, like, the way that you go places. Like, don't step on the, like, shoulder threshold thing. And, like... It was just like, there's like so many small quirks, I suppose, where like you just don't know it. So you, like, I don't know. I was like, like people live so differently. People live differently in Melbourne, but it was like so opposite in culture. And like so much old stuff. Oh my God.
The old stuff is like, we don't have old stuff.
No.
Yeah.
It's so sad. Like I just recently went on a trip to the Northern Territory, and it was amazing seeing like a few remnants of like, ancient Aboriginal art and some like cultural sites. Yeah. But like most of that stuff is like destroyed and gone. Yeah. And like, especially in Victoria, like, a few, you know, places that you can go to like learn about some like Aboriginal history, but so much of it's just been destroyed because of, you know, what happened here. So we don't have that like, go to this like temple that was built 1,000 or more years ago. Yeah. You know, some of them like 2,000-3,000 years old, and it's like so epic.
Yeah. It's sort of like, I think for us, what is the heritage like for buildings to not remove the facade? Is it like 100 years or something?
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
So for us, like old is like 100 years. Yeah. Whereas, I can't remember which town. I took a bus somewhere, and I stopped in some not particularly exciting place and had to stay the night. And I just walked around, and there was like a village there it had like a little plaque saying this village is 2,000 years old, but people were living in it. It had like rows and rows of, you could see like the electrical wires from like the 80s, and then like the satellite from the 90s, and just like, and so people were still living in it, but you got the sense that they didn't really feel like it was old. To them, it's just like, oh yeah, this is just that apartment block or whatever.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah,
we just live here.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was interesting, like when we went to like rural China. I'm probably going to cut some of this out of the podcast.
That's fine. Yeah,
we're just chatting now, but
this is probably not interesting to listen to.
We stayed in this like, I don't know who organized it, because like they split up, the boys and the girls went to 2 separate places, and we stayed with a guy who spoke no English, and we had no translator. And none of the boys spoke Chinese.
I love that.
Other than like my ability to count to 10. And it was like in a really tiny place.
Yep.
Like walled rural spot.
Yeah.
And
love it.
Like no beds, just like tables.
So you slept on a table?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like it sort of had that like, I'm 15 and it's a bit of fun mucking around with your mates.
Yeah.
But also like, where are we? Like the streets are just lined like with walls everywhere.
Yeah.
Everyone has like a courtyard. I can't speak to anybody here because everybody seems to be a farmer.
Yeah.
Like what happens if like something,
you get a thorn in your foot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like just anything. Like, I can't talk to anyone. I'm in the middle of nowhere. I don't know how to get around. I don't know where we are. Culturally, we don't align. They eat like food that smells like not like my Wheat Bix for breakfast. You know, like a drop toilet that you got to like do out the back.
The toilets are wild. Yeah.
Yeah. It was just like, I don't know. I had lived like quite a sheltered and like very conservative life.
Right.
So it was just like,
that's cool though. I mean, what an experience for a 16-year-old.
Yeah. I'm so lucky.
I reckon like like that sort of stuff. You want your mind blown open reasonably early. Yeah.
I think it was a good time for me because it was like, all right, well, I've grown up like this. Like I was in like a, you know, middle class white family in Bowen where there was like heaps of Asian immigrants.
Right.
So I had like a bit of like knowledge, I suppose, like because I had a bunch of mates that were Chinese, but then also like a bunch of other countries. Yeah. And so it was like, okay, like Asian culture is like similar enough, but I don't live in it because like I play basketball with mostly white kids and like go to a white church in a queue and like have that like Christian upbringing. Yeah. So it was like, all right, well, I've got some like foundational like life stuff, but I still only eat like a sausage with like tomato sauce. And then I went to China and was like, well, I don't know what any of this is. Yeah. And there were a bunch of girls on the trip that just ate white rice because they were like, no, it's too weird. Whoa. Like it doesn't smell good. Like I don't know it.
Were they anemic by the end of it?
The teachers were a bit worried. But I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. And there were 3 girls on the trip from the other school that did speak Chinese. Great. And they were like, we'll order food for you. We won't tell you what it is. Great. But just eat it.
That's the best.
And if you don't like it, whatever. But like, just try. Yeah. Don't be like them. Yeah. And it was the best thing ever for me.
Great.
Yeah.
Good.
Anyway, let's get back to you.
Okay.
Nathan, welcome to the podcast.
Thanks.
Let's chat about your musical life.
Okay.
Rather than all these hilariously fun stories.
Like apricot chicken.
How did you get started on your instrument in the very, very first place?
I don't really remember. I started really, really young, but not because it was forced on me. I feel like when people are like, oh, you must have learned piano from a really young age and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, but probably not in the way that you think. I think that because my mum plays piano and still does, and she still enjoys it. And it's always just been a part of the family, it was a part of the furniture. Mm-hmm. And I have an older sister. And when she started learning, I just didn't want to be left out. So I just wanted to be involved. And so I don't really remember like life before piano.
Wow.
Like I would say I probably started having lessons maybe when I was around 4 or 5, but it wasn't sort of like strict lessons. I think I just liked it.
Cool.
And I just loved like the sounds, and like I was just one of those kids that I just liked interacting with the instrument.
Yeah.
And then it was actually like a source of play for me and my sister. We would play stuff together. We would make stuff up together.
Oh, cool.
And so it never felt like this is my life and then now this is piano. It was like just a part of it.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
So was there much like music and like fun surrounding that just in your household?
I guess so. Like I remember mum would play a lot. Like it took me a long time to realize she actually read lead sheets, but not like jazz. Like she would like, the Godfather theme or like, like just sort of classic stuff. So she'd have the melody and then chords, like, so she knew how to read chords and stuff, but I didn't know what she was doing until I started learning jazz. And then I was like, oh, that's what she's been doing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So yeah, it's always been around, I guess, but I don't think that we were like, they didn't really have a record collection, or they didn't have like a bunch of really diverse things to listen to. I think it was just more that the piano was there and we used it.
Would your mum play it like, I'm imagining like a family 100 years ago where you would like sit around the piano and someone would put up the like songbook and play the popular songs of the day, like instead of listening to a record. Was it like that with your mum's book of like movie themes and things like that?
There was definitely those moments. Yeah. I've been roped into that as well. Yeah. So that's, my mum's side, they like singing and stuff. So yeah.
Oh, so you still do it now? A bit of that?
Yeah.
Cool.
It's really cheesy, but
it's a fun family activity though. I think my nan makes my uncle play the organ every year at Christmas.
Yeah.
And we all sit around the like Christmas table, like all the extended family, and sing a couple random Christmas carols.
Really?
And he just goes like, "Oh, I think I know something. Let's just have a family sing along."
Cool.
It's so daggy, but it's so lovely too.
It is. My mum's side, they're all really they're very warm and open, and so like they love singing and like all these old kind of Malay songs and stuff. Yeah.
So where did music go for you? Like was there a turning point where it didn't just become like I'm having fun playing the piano, but like I want to start like learning and practicing this, and I don't know, really getting better to do something more with it?
Or I mean, yes, but I don't remember the point. I remember, so I learnt saxophone in high school. And when you learn saxophone, you're going to be exposed to jazz. And so I really liked, I don't know why, I didn't know anything about it. I just really liked the sounds of that. And I really liked Charlie Parker.
Right.
But I didn't know how to improvise. So I would just play like Charlie Parker heads. And then I would try and play them on the piano. So I think that was sort of roughly when I kind of started going down the jazz path. So I guess that was sort of like a teenager.
Okay.
But I didn't really have much guidance with that until I found a teacher who could teach me jazz harmony and improvisation. So his name, he's David Urquhart Jones, and he writes stuff like kind of educational jazz stuff. He's sort of like the piano guy for like say what Lachlan Davidson does for saxophone. So he would do those sorts of materials for piano.
Right.
Scottish guy, worked in America and then came to Australia, did a lot of stuff for Anscar.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so he was my teacher, I think, when I was about 16.
Yep.
And that's when I started practicing jazz.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
Did Vermont High have any like, I don't know, like big band or jazz program?
We didn't have a jazz program. We had just enough kids for a stage band.
Okay.
So that's what I played in.
Cool.
Yeah, that was good fun.
Piano or saxophone?
Saxophone.
Nice.
That was really good fun. And my teacher there, the head of music, John Wise, he American guy. So that, I feel like I had a direct line to that tradition.
Cool.
Yeah, that was pretty formative for me with the whole jazz thing. Yeah.
Why didn't you like, I don't know, pursue the like Charlie Parker thing? And instead, like, you know...
You mean with saxophone?
Yeah, like dive into piano rather than saxophone land.
I think saxophone was too hard.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair.
You gotta buy reeds and stuff. Your mouth hurts after a while.
You'd already been playing piano for what, like 15?
Something like that.
Well, 10 years at least.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah. No, I still have my sax. I love it. I'll, have a little toot every now and then. But, yeah.
Little toot.
Yeah. But yeah, no, piano. Yeah. Piano is like, that thing where people say your personality kind of, the instrument and your personality sort of, there's sort of a resonance there.
Mm-hmm.
I think piano is my thing.
Nice.
Yeah.
So why did you want to study music?
Good question. I think I always wanted to, and I really resisted it for a long time because, the old thing about how it's really hard to make a living.
Mm-hmm.
There's no like clear career path and,
Were you thinking about all that stuff as a teenager?
Yeah.
Right.
I knew that it was much easier and more sensible to do something kind of where I was going to be an employee, and then the whole thing about you can just do music as a side hustle, but I think my personality is such that I don't do things in halves, and so I did study IT. And then tried to work in that whilst I was trying to gig and write music and record and stuff.
Oh, okay.
And I just couldn't do it. I just left nothing for the day job and just was woeful at it. Yeah.
I guess like that's the best for your music.
Yeah.
But yeah, not sustainable to try and like. Most people, I feel like they lose their music project because they put everything into their day job, and then they've got no energy left for everything else. So
yeah,
I don't know. It's cool to hear that you were doing the opposite and then just got rid of it because you're like, I really want to do this.
That's really nice to hear. I think it was almost like I within me, I didn't really have a choice. It was like be really unhappy and confused, or do the thing and just live with perpetual fear and anxiety. It was one or the other.
Had like that's a lot of like burden for a young person to carry. Like, had teachers been saying that to you, or like family, like you should really just get a normal job?
Yes and no. I think I said it to myself more than anyone else.
Right.
Yeah. I wanted things to be like predictable, and I kind of like I didn't want things to be too hard.
Except you chose to be a jazz pianist.
Yeah, I mean, clearly it's the easiest way to be happy.
Well, you've done so many like seriously cool things. It was really exciting reading your website bio because I just know you as like initially the piano guy that I did some wedding gigs with.
Yeah.
And then I know that you're playing like jazz gigs with Rel, and I see your name on a whole bunch of stuff at like Paris Cat and
Paris Cat was great
in that scene. But then like reading about all like your composition work and the film score, and like you've done so many different things. It's not like you're just a jazz piano player. No offense to that label. But like you're wearing so many different hats within the like contemporary music landscape. Yeah.
Kind of say yes to everything.
Right.
If it seems interesting at the time, I'll just give it a go, I guess.
Was that like mentality of like, well, I don't have like the stable job, so I've got to get what opportunities come?
I think that's it. Yeah. And also like I didn't know. So for a little while I was really trying to do music for advertisements, like TV stuff.
Yep.
And I was trying to get into that scene and trying to speak to people who were doing it, trying to work with like directors who were working on ads and just trying to get them to remember my name. Not because I definitely saw myself going in that direction, but I just thought you just never know. So I'm just going to say yes to this stuff and lean into it. Mm-hmm. But then also I was like, well, I'm going to do music for film or TV or documentaries or whatever and just see what opens up. Because like my first love is playing the piano and writing for piano, but these things also, they pay the bills a little bit and allows me to be creative and, use those skills in a way that's sort of not IT, but also sort of in the world of music.
How did you get into like the compositional side rather than just the playing thing?
Like, as in for my own stuff, or for like writing for like film or TV and stuff?
I'm thinking like both. Like, where did the compositional hat come from?
Do
you want me to flesh that question out more?
Sure.
I feel like because there's lots of people where, say, like they've been writing songs their whole life.
Yeah.
They're just like, oh, I've just always been writing music.
Yeah.
And others that
That's
are
not
like,
me.
I just play the instrument. Like,
Yeah.
I don't write stuff, but
Yeah.
I love to play.
Yeah.
Jazz, classical, contemporary, whatever.
Yeah.
When did you start writing music, I suppose? And like, why did you want to do that? Other than like, well, there's money in writing music.
Yeah.
Because you could have just said, I don't know, try and got more like session gigs as the piano player rather than the writer.
I nearly burped into the microphone just then.
It's happened many times.
Rally. So I didn't write any music. Andrea Keller was my teacher at VCA, and she encouraged me to start writing. And it was really strange and scary to start writing when you've never thought about it before, because it's like, what do I want to say? What's my aesthetic? What is, you start thinking about these things. And I think if you really commit yourself to the process of writing, it helps you lock down what it is that really, turns you on musically and creatively. It's just another angle. So when I started writing, it really helped inform how I play. So I think it was more like, the chicken and the egg thing. I don't know if I necessarily was a writer to begin with. How do I say this? I think I enjoy the process of writing because it helps me flesh out some ideas as just overall creative spirit. But I didn't know that before. When I was just trying to play, I wanted to sound like, at the time, Bill Evans and like Wynton Kelly. And then realizing that I could never sound like them. Then when I started writing, then you sort of figure out, these are cool sounds that I like and I'm putting to paper. So they sort of start to manifest themselves in other ways. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But it was really scary because I've always been like a really kind of quiet, shy kid. So I think writing and putting your own, discovering what your own sense of aesthetics is and putting that out there and like performing it is really putting yourself front and center, and you're going to be seen and judged, and it's scary. Yeah. And then to write music and then produce music and then release is just like, yeah, it's the next kind of intense level of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was, like wanting to ask about your alter ego project.
Yeah.
But I feel like we're not quite there yet in
Sure.
the timeline.
Sure.
But I'm really fascinated that like talking about like the weight of putting yourself out there as the artist.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people might do the like stage name alter ego thing first.
Right. Yeah.
But when you sort of like finished up at the VCA and like, you did the Shanghai thing that you were telling us about.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then you did like New York and a few trips over there and stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
But putting the music out there as yourself, like this is Nathan Liow and here's what I do. Why was that?
Well, I think the first thing that comes to mind, I think culturally in Melbourne, in the jazz scene, a lot of people do that. Like, you start to be able to play over other people's tunes, and then there's this encouragement to create original music. I think we're a city that encourages that, and I like to think there's an audience for it. I hope, I don't know. And so it felt natural to do that. But at the same time, because I saw other people doing that and I was like, I want to do that too. But it was also really scary. But like what I was saying before, just leaning into that, and then it helped me discover more about my playing. So it's like, do I want to be like a writer, or do I want to be a better player? I'm not exactly sure, but they both kind of move in tandem, and some things get ahead in one side and then the other side. And
yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy having like this multi-tiered aspect then to your music, because you could swap from like, I'm focusing on writing now and I'm focusing on playing at different times?
Yeah. Well, one actually, now you mention it, because I'm a pianist first and foremost, and I can't sing, so I liked working with singers.
Right.
Because actually, so to kind of go back, one of my early piano loves was Andre Previn, because I think he's primarily an accompanist, and he plays with like, he's got like really iconic recordings with all of like the divas of the day, and his accompanying is so thoughtful and so understated, but really, really creative, and nothing's throwaway.
I don't know his name.
Yeah, most people don't.
What day, like, what era are we talking? Which?
He accompanied. He played a lot, recorded a lot with Sarah Vaughan.
Oh, right.
I want to say Shirley Horn, and a lot of those Torch divas.
Mm-hmm.
So really great ballad player.
Yeah, cool.
And yeah, I would listen to his accompanying the way people might transcribe a solo, but I didn't do it deliberately. I would sort of just like listen to it over and over again. I'd be like, oh, he's doing that line underneath, and I just so interesting.
Yeah,
to me. And I think because I didn't have a jazz program at my high school, so we were just left to our own devices. I think if everybody around me was like, oh, you got to transcribe, I don't know, like Chick Corea or something, that might have distracted me from what I instinctively found interesting. And then at VCA, I just wanted to play with singers. And then when I graduated, my first projects were all with singers.
Right.
And I would write stuff because I wanted to get melodies and lyrics down so that I could accompany them. So yeah, I think that's where I channel a lot of my compositional energy.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's really cool that you've got that like passion for piano accompaniment and like such a long time of it. Like lots of people sort of do it as like like my solo projects like not doing enough, so I'll take some like accompaniment gigs. But like it sounds like that was actually a musical passion in it of itself.
Totally. Yeah. I've been realizing lately that that's probably to my detriment, because as a pianist, as someone who likes working with singers, it's always the singer's name that's on the bill.
Right.
And so when people are like, oh, you know, Nathan, da, 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 and they're like, who? So it's like, well, yeah, I probably should do more of my own stuff. Maybe.
I guess
I don't know.
That's like the commercial payoff of the fame and the money that comes with name recognition, rather than like the guy side of stage playing the piano with everybody, but you know,
the pit.
Yeah. Like this amazing accompanist you just told me about, who I've never heard of.
Right. Yeah.
Right. But I know Diana Krall, and
correct.
You know.
Correct. Yeah. That's it. He's really well known, I think, in the piano player world, I guess, but because he's not. He's definitely done his own like trios and stuff, and he, like solos and stuff, but his most high profile stuff is definitely with like the really big singers, and he does such a beautiful job on those. So I guess it, you know, if you find those things interesting, then you will know his name. Yeah.
So we're going through this like timeline of your musical history, which I'm having a fun time doing, but is it all right with you?
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah,
I find like the whole diving into the whole thing is like, it's interesting. Well, like, as in, I don't normally talk about this stuff. Yeah. So yeah, cool, great, go ahead.
All right,
shoot.
Well, where are we at, like year wise?
I think just it's probably around like so 15 years ago. I went to Shanghai.
Right.
Graduated
2009.
Yeah, around then. Yeah,
cool. Okay, so what happened? I'm trying to.
So like I got back from China 2010.
Yes. Sorry.
I left before the World Expo. Yeah.
All right.
Also, summer in Shanghai is just disgusting.
Oh, crazy hot and tropical. Like, unexpected. I didn't expect that.
Concrete. Like, yeah, it's bad. Like, if you ever walk in the CBD here on a summer day, but then you get to the end of it and you're like, oh God.
Yeah.
The CBD doesn't end in Shanghai. It's like just...
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, even New York, like it gets really hot, but there's like breezes coming through because it's all like in...
Like a wind tunnel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the expo, they had like massive blocks of ice out. like just on the ground in tubs that people would like
Dive into?
sit on or like lean up against. No,
Really?
Ice. You can't dive into ice.
I thought you meant like crushed ice, like a Slurpee.
Oh no, like they'd have like 100-liter tub of just
And you would just lean on it.
yeah, because it was just frozen.
Would you get stuck to it?
Like it would melt.
Did they leave it there deliberately?
Yeah, it's like like a cooling thing. Like they're like in all the queues and stuff. Like
Right.
because
of
it's
course.
like 40 degrees.
So they, yeah. That's a good idea,
like
actually.
misting fans and just blocks of ice.
Yeah. It's a good idea. Although, I don't know, would leaning against a... Sorry, this is stupid. Never mind.
No, say it.
I don't know, if I could think of other things to do with ice rather than lean against it.
Like what?
Well, I don't know, like I might want to drink it in a glass.
Right. No, but it's one block.
Yeah. And then like how many people share that block?
Like you just pass it in the line.
Okay.
Yeah. Like there's better ways of cooling people down, I'm sure. But in 2010,
right,
that's what they decided was the best.
Okay,
yeah.
cool. All right.
Let's all right, as much fun as I'm having with the chronology, let's skip the chronology line.
Look, nothing much happened. Actually, you know what? You did ask me before.
Yeah.
I remember on my, just as I was about to graduate, Tony Gould was like, be ready for the black hole. Yeah. Ooh. And I was like, okay. I was like, I didn't know what he meant, but now I know.
Yeah. Are you happy to talk about it?
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Well, it's like that whole, like you can't talk about it. Words can't do it justice. I think any really sort of, anyone who's really committed to the creative kind of career and the whole, like not just trying to pay your bills, but also really trying to get at what it is that, well, like, why am I making music? Mm-hmm. And then trying to find a place for it in whatever city you're in. It like you will get philosophical. Yeah.
Yeah. I find it like, it's interesting talking about like your music and I'm doing this because like, I'm just drawn to the piano. Like it's me. And like, I just have to play. Yeah. But then also like, but I'm going to take this like commercial working role because I also need to get money. And I'll go play piano in China for a year. Yeah. Because, you know, there's like all these interesting things happening, but also like it's a role where you get paid to play the piano. Yeah. Yeah. It's, the older I get, the more I realize that I think the whole like the business and then the art, like there's just no meeting point, but you do try your best. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rel Williams, when she was on the podcast, was talking a lot about like how she thinks of just like music as a trade. Like, because that's sort of been quite a lot of her role, like, you know, doing corporate singing, doing the like French project, doing, you know, whatever, singing the national anthem. Like,
and she's so good at all of those things.
Oh, yeah, she's amazing.
She like all of the hats, like people have many hats, but she has the best hats.
That's so true.
Yeah.
But it's very much like as if you'd call a plumber, like, oh, I need a singer, I'll call Rel, because you come and do the role. Like, there's skill and, you know, some artistry in it,
100%.
But it's very different to like, I'm the original music creator.
Yeah.
What about like the current work that you do?
Yeah. I do a lot of that stuff.
Yeah. Fulfills you musically.
Oh, okay.
Is what I wanted to say.
I think most of that stuff probably happens just at home in the practice room.
Right.
I released a thing a year ago with a saxophonist called Paris Favilla. I met her doing the Banff workshop, and she's from Melbourne, but we'd never crossed paths until we met in Canada.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and it's just I was so lucky that we have such similar musical inclinations, not aesthetically more impulsive. Our impulses are so like, well, I don't know what the word is. We just don't need to, that whole thing. We don't need to talk. We just like hit record and it works. And so, yeah, I'm very lucky. You don't really have that with many people. And so we recorded an album, put it out earlier this year called Opera Sphere. And I'm so pleased with how that sounds.
Yeah. Awesome.
And that was just done because we wanted to. Mm-hmm. And nobody's listened to it and it's great. I'm so pleased that we did it, you know, as that thing is like, oh, hey bro, how many streams you got? Oh, yeah. And it's like, I like that I did this album. Does that count?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's, I feel like with like the rise of social media and stats being part of it, it's so like there was already a pressure for like album sales.
Yeah.
But like now it just seems like so intense.
Yeah.
Even like I started the podcast, and podcasting doesn't like release numbers. But
doesn't it?
No. Like you don't click on a podcast and see how many people stream it.
Oh, true,
like,
true.
You know,
do you get those numbers though?
Oh yeah, I get the numbers.
Right.
But as in like podcasters don't really make them public, and they're not accessible to listeners.
Yeah.
So I've still noticed they're like, oh, but like, are you making money from your podcast? And I'm like, no, I'm just talking to my friends and trying to promote like the different musicians that are in Melbourne, because I think that's important.
Yeah, contributing to the vibe of this place.
It is just like for me, it's a bit of a creative project.
Yeah.
Like, but it's not about a business.
Yeah.
Like at all. It's purely like, it's not creative, but it's sort of creative.
Yeah. I mean, like what would you be doing in this moment to make money? Otherwise that would be this satisfying.
Yeah.
Or like so like if I'm practicing or if I'm writing music, like there is nothing more valuable in that moment to me. I could be playing a corporate gig and like be earning like, it could be the best paying corporate gig for the year, and I'll just be like, or I could be like working on that Lenny Tristano transcription because like, fuck, that just turns me on. And that's, you know, you got to fill your cup. And a lot of people, I'm getting all wise and stuff. A lot of people confuse money with like filling your cup, and like it's very easy to just be like, that thing, like, you know, are you getting paid from the podcast? Or it's like, oh, so you're a musician, so like, are you in a band? Like, how much do you earn? And then like, I still haven't figured out a neat way to answer those questions, because like what we're talking about here, I don't think most people would necessarily understand. And it sounds very self-indulgent and whatever, but I also feel like I don't really know if I personally have a choice to live my life any other way, and I think this is the best way that I can bring my best self to the world, and especially as a teacher or as just, you know, a pianist with other sort of younger pianists who sometimes, you know, I teach. If I'm inspired and fulfilled and showing that you can be a positive influence in Melbourne, I think that's a really good thing for younger people to see. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's why I stopped teaching, because I was like, I'm not passionate enough about the teaching role.
Right. Yeah.
And I've had such great music teachers that were inspiring.
Yeah, great.
Like,
who are your teachers?
At high school, I had Paul Matcott.
Cool.
Who also taught Dave Beck and
Great.
Will Hull Brown
Great.
and Joseph Petruni. And
Cool.
Yeah, like this amazingly long history of amazing drummers.
Yeah.
He was like pretty intense. Like, all right, we're going to do this. All right, nope, you got to work on that. It's got to be better. But it was really good for me. I really like responded well to that.
Cool. Sorry, well, I've been thinking about this. What do you call that style of teaching?
Oh, I don't know. It was really interesting when I caught up with Dave Beck. And Dave was, you know, had been taught by the same teacher in high school.
Yeah.
But like 30 years earlier.
Right.
Like in the 80s.
Okay.
Or 90s or something. I don't know. Sorry, Dave.
He's not that old.
He's older than me by 30 years.
Is he?
Well, I'm 29.
Oh, okay. Neither of us are good at math.
I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe 20 years
Is he
older.
60?
I guess he's not 60. I gotta cut this out. Actually, no. Dave's too busy to come on the podcast, so he'll be too busy to listen to the podcast. It's totally fine unless someone like grabs it. My best teacher was Danny Fisher.
Cool.
Danny just like had this amazing personalized approach where he was so thorough but so interested in me and what we could do in our lessons together to like further what I was doing with my music making and my technique.
Cool.
Yeah. And I had like really great band directors, like Mel Sodergreen took over my high school big band when I was in year 10.
Great.
And that was awesome. Like just like passion for music and inspiring, and you know, I got all the great opportunities to play in the senior big band when I was young.
Good. And
the high school orchestra at like Hamer Hall every year, and it was like I just sort of like had opportunities, and there were good musicians around that were either like teachers or adjacent teachers or senior students or whatever. And yeah, for me it was like, so good. So I didn't want to teach and like not be able to be that person because I was like,
Yeah.
I need money, but like I'm not getting anything out of this. And I
Yeah.
think like I can be a good teacher,
Yeah.
but not a great one
Sure.
because I don't have that, like, I'm not so excited that you can play paradiddles 10 BPM quicker than
Right.
last year or something. I don't know. Like,
Like, I mean, I think, don't be too harsh on yourself. I think I'm an awful teacher 90% of the time. But like, I think stage band was really good for me. And I took a stage band for, I think, 6 or 7 years. And I loved that. And I could see the kids really loved it. Mm-hmm. And I think I love that we have this as a culture here, like stage bands in most high schools, if you have the kids.
Yep.
And then like you were saying with like the older kids, you get like kids from all different year levels at different stages of where they're discovering jazz or just ensemble playing. And there is this trickle down effect from year to year. And it's so cool to see.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, and it's cool to be a part of.
Yeah, because it's like the teamwork thing and the relationships and it's so formative and encouraging and inspiring. And
And everyone gets to go. You don't play, you're the only one playing your part.
Yep.
So if you're like sick or if you decide not to come or whatever, like you're like in the back of your head, it's like, oh, no one's playing like 10 or 2.
Yeah.
Like, there's going to be a hole. And you'll be missed. And if you get a solo, everyone's listening to your solo. Everyone's sort of, like it's a whole thing. There's a lot that goes on in the brain of, being like, I don't know, 14-year-old playing in a stage band. I think it's cool. It's really cool.
Yeah.
Everyone should do it.
Well, speaking about things that are really cool.
Yeah.
Your alter ego project.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Super cool.
Oh, cool. Thanks.
Yeah. I think because I was listening to like James Blake and Jared James.
Yeah.
Like your music was in the side radar.
Cool.
Like because when we were chatting about it, I didn't realize it was you.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. And you were like, oh, by the way, I've got this thing. And then I was looking through my library being like, oh, I recognize a couple of these tunes.
Sweet.
Like,
that's so cool.
Yeah.
I love that.
So it was really exciting to be
like, nice.
Oh my gosh. Like,
that's cool. I love that you found that exciting.
Yeah.
I deliberately didn't, for the whole writing process, I didn't want to feel too self-conscious. Mm-hmm. So I didn't want to promote it on my normal social media.
Yes.
So I created a whole separate social media chain for it. And I just wanted to make the music and not worry what my friends thought.
Right.
Yeah. And knowing when I'm writing, I was like, the only way they're going to hear this is if somehow it lands in front of them. And then that was really freeing.
Yeah, I imagine.
Yeah.
Like, because, I don't know, I feel like most people start with, like, it is friends and family.
Right. Yeah.
But you've got the, like, anonymity as if just in the bedroom on your own to create.
Totally.
But without that, like, the pressure, I suppose, of friend critique.
Yeah, because that's heavy.
Yeah.
And also, like, I didn't want to do the thing where it'd be like, hey, this is my new project. Everyone like my page, whether you like it or not. I just wanted to... I'm so bad at social media and I'm so bad at marketing myself. Like that's such a drain on my energy. So I just want to make the songs. I just want to make music.
So you're still doing some of it like planned for the future?
I am. I'm always, the gears are turning in the back of my head, but I've taken a little bit of time off doing that. I haven't released anything, I think, in a year. Mm-hmm. And mostly just because I think I'm in sort of a creative hibernation. So I'm waiting to kind of come out of that.
Sure.
Yeah. I don't want to do the same thing that I did before. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm just listening to other things and trying to figure out what kind of makes me go, oh, cool. I want to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So other than the, like, I want to be able to do this anonymously.
Yeah.
What made you, sort of take the adjacent step from jazz piano music to, like, contemporary, now it's you, like, vocally affected but singing and like it's like not opposite but extremely different, like, musical output.
Right. Yeah, cool. I'd been thinking about it for a long time and I love James Blake's first album. Mm-hmm. Like, that was like a religious experience for me.
Okay.
Yeah. And so, like a lot of projects start like, you're tipping your hat to the thing or just blatantly trying to copy them. And I just wanted to know what it was like it's the same thing as like transcribing a solo. You transcribe a solo and then you want to play it and you're like, how does it feel to be Charlie Parker? I want it to be like, how does it feel to be James Blake? So I wrote the first kind of chapter of music with that aesthetic really strongly in mind, and was sort of, I don't know, critiqued for it a little bit, but whatever. I had fun.
Yeah. Wow. What did it feel like to feel like James Blake?
Really, really, like I would get like anxiety before I released the stuff because I think, well, okay, so it felt really good because I felt like I accomplished my task, and it's so hard to feel that as creatively, like when do you ever reach, like when are you like, cool, I did it. And I think for the first few tracks that I made, I was like, I think I did it. And then when I would release it, I was like, I don't know what people are going to think. This is really scary. I'm afraid what people might say. It helped that nobody knew I was doing it. Yeah.
What was it like though, balancing no one knows it's you, but then like widespread listenership?
That was weird. Yeah, that was really weird because it happened really quickly and I wasn't expecting it. So I think I released it in March of 2015, my first single, and I think by April or May I was added to high rotation on Triple J.
Wow.
And then they played it all through winter. And I was not, like, I'd written 3 songs. I couldn't even play a live show. And I didn't have management, and like I would get emails and then I didn't know what to do with it, so I just ignored it.
Right.
Yeah, I think most people would be like, cool, like this is like the start of something really cool, and like they would sort of do something. I just didn't do anything.
Wow.
Yeah, which is probably, I don't know. It's what it is.
Well, it sounds like it would have been pretty overwhelming.
Oh, it was so overwhelming. Yeah. It was it was exciting, but at the same time, I didn't know what to do with that. Like what's supposed to happen? Like, does this mean like I can now buy a yacht? I don't know. Like, I don't know. I just had no idea. Yeah. But so what I did was like, well, I think I'm just going to write more songs. So that's just what I did.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Do you like, was this like an upload to Triple J Unearthed?
Uploaded.
Release?
Correct. Yeah. So I put it on Unearthed, and I put it on like, iTunes back in the day. It was like, I think Spotify was really early days. So I was like download and streaming platforms.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we had Dom Gerard on talking about, do you remember, she had this band NYCK, and they had a song Decisions, and it was her and this guy Nick just playing piano and
Nick
singing, and their story was we put it on Triple J Unearthed, and then the next day like Mushroom and Sony were calling,
right?
And similarly, like this like extreme like, oh, Australian music scene likes this, and now we're gonna start playing your song on the radio, and what do you do with that? It's sort of like the next chapter.
Yeah.
What was it like for you then, like coming out of the like winter of like it playing, but deciding I'm gonna keep playing music? Did you tell more people that it was you, or did you want to keep that like anonymity label?
I think the outward kind of the extrinsic approval helped me tell some people, but I still didn't tell many people because I wanted to keep writing music.
Right.
Yeah. And I didn't feel like it was useful to tell people. Yeah. I just wanted to keep making music. I didn't have any headshots. I didn't know what to do about that. I didn't know what to do about promo. I don't think I had an Instagram for a long time. I was trying to figure out whether I needed a manager. There was so much stuff to figure out. I was trying to figure out how to play the songs live because I just made them in my bedroom with zero foresight. I just wanted to make cool shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were making music for music.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
So where did it go? Like
nowhere.
Let me rephrase that. It's not gone nowhere. You're still making it. You're still making cool music.
Yeah. No, I love making it, and it's like it's where I put all my creative juices. Yeah.
If we like zoom in on the micro.
Yep.
Where did it go from? You've ignored everybody's emails and you don't have any headshots.
Yep.
To like you put out the music video that won the J Award.
Yeah.
Like there's some trajectory, and that's if we zoom in to
like I think in true like my kind of style is that like the Natalie James who directed the video, she's just a really good mate of mine.
Oh right.
And so I shared the music with her because like she's such a great storyteller. So this is really funny. We would we met, you and I met on like wedding gigs, and so she and I studied together. She did film, but we would like bump into each other at wedding gigs. She'd be videographer.
Oh, okay,
I have this memory of playing 500 miles for your eyes just died for a second.
We've been there.
And I'm like probably like half dissociated. And then I look up and she's like holding this camera and we just look at each other just going like, what the fuck is like going on?
It's like the La La Land moment.
I haven't seen that film.
Oh,
no.
Ryan Gosling is like wants to be a jazz pianist.
Right.
And is stuck in these like wedding bands wearing outrageous costumes, playing ridiculous songs.
Right.
And he is there at this like party with that same look too. The lead, Emma.
No
whoever.
shit.
Yeah.
Okay, well, there you go. I'm Ryan Gosling and she's Emma.
The lady with the red hair.
Stone?
Yep.
Okay, cool. But I remember, I think it was either that wedding or one shortly around that time. We were on a break and she's like, hey, I got this idea for this film. And she told me she doesn't tell you a synopsis. She takes you on a journey with her story.
Okay.
And so I was like, oh, that's a fucking cool film. And she turned it into a short film called Creswick, and I did the score for that. And then that got picked up by Jake Gyllenhaal's production company. Got a massive budget to turn it into a feature film.
Yeah, that's right.
And it got a general release, which got squashed as soon as the pandemic happened. But she's doing some really cool things. But basically, sorry, to come back to your original question, we just made the video because we were friends and we're just like, hey, let's make some cool shit.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And did it on a shoestring budget. Like she wanted to work with certain people. I think there was a colorist she wanted to work with. And so she put forward some money. I put forward as much money as I could to cover like the concept, which was all her creative energy. We just wanted to make cool shit.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I thought that maybe you'd like taken some money from a label or something, but it's just all still you.
It's just cool people making, well, I'm not cool, but like, just people making cool shit.
You're very cool. And yeah, Natalie's stuff's amazing.
Oh, yeah. I think actually now thinking back, we would have these meetings before, like, she would come up with the concept, but she wanted me to describe what the song meant to me. And it was very much that thing about I'm doing this sort of moonlighting as this electronic artist, and it means so much to me, but the rest of whatever I have to do in the day, it leaves me quite miserable. But there's this one little thing that I just am so precious about, and it's so meaningful to me. And she turned that into this Japanese salaryman who has to take like public transport all day in Shibuya, and then he moonlights as this really strange organist in a strange Americana pub.
The video is amazing. For everyone who hasn't seen it, like they have to go watch it.
I'm so proud that I have something to do with that. And also the chef as well, who makes this stupidly impractically tiny food that nobody enjoys, but that's what she's like hell bent on doing. Yeah.
Wow. Well, I feel like there's the two layers. Like your ability to focus on, I just want to make this music, like for the sake of it itself, like nothing else.
Yeah.
But then you've also had the rise of like, this extreme amount of radio play, like, millions of streams of your music. But then also the other side of that where
the decline.
Well, you haven't dove into the all right, quick, how do I like make this the biggest thing I can?
I don't think anyone knows how to do that though. That's the thing. And I've learned a lot about the music industry. I think I don't really know how to describe it, because the music industry is it's like this hive mind of collective consciousness, and nobody knows which direction it's going in. And I think it's always been that way. So for a split second, I had the attention of some interesting people and sort of maybe influential people, and then really quickly it went away, and it was so hard to get that back. And you think you might have some, like, a thread, and then it's very, very hot and cold. During the middle of sort of when I was really trying to get back onto that first kind of bump of attention I described it as kind of like having a toxic partner, like someone who sort of showers you with love and then kind of like insults you later, and like, it's just very hot and cold, and you just don't know what they're thinking, and you can only guess or try to mind read, and you're left feeling exhausted and depleted, and the only thing you can really do is just get back to building yourself up, like, as an artist. And that's when I think I really realized that if I am going to make music, I can really only care about the music. And there is, in the Venn diagram, there is no intersecting point between making the songs the way I want and hoping that there'll be a specific kind of outcome. Yeah.
Well, I guess because as soon as you start trying to chase the, like, I don't know, commerciality of the music, then all of a sudden you're not just making music for music.
Correct.
You're like, maybe if I add a bit more of this, it'll get on the trend, or like this will show them something, and it changes the whole thing. And
oh my god, yeah, like a lot of people, a lot, and fair enough, it's very human to sort of be like, well, 2025, what's the sound, what synths are you using, how fast is the vibrato, like just trying to analyze all the elements and include those things so that you can be a part of that pool in the algorithm. Or what everyone's doing now is trying to, like, collab. So you collab with so-and-so because they have more streams than you, and maybe you offer them something, like maybe you have a more polished aesthetic or something.
Right.
And then you share your audiences. But all of that stuff, which I have tried, I feel like it if the algorithm gods smile on you, it's literally like winning the lottery, because for every collab that's resulted in, like, a mutual benefit for both parties, there's millions of others that just went nowhere. Yeah.
It's like it's so great that there's music that is so accessible now. Like, you can make music and you can have it out in the world in a way that's easier than it's ever been. Yeah. But also, like, there's so much of that never gets heard because,
oh my god,
there's so much everywhere.
Yeah. I mean, I'm convinced that the best musicians and the best, like, the coolest shit is just flying under the radar, and it's so hard to find. Yeah,
because how do you know? Like,
you just don't.
And it's we just get the front page of whatever, like, social media or website we go to listen to music.
And that front page, that husk, is so dense. It's so much saturation of everything that sounds the same, because everybody wants the algorithm to everyone wants to be a part of that big wave. So you do what you can to just catch that wave, and you just put aside your own creative instincts, because if these are the hashtags, then you're just going to make music that sounds like that. I feel like we're just making 2024 bossa nova. Like, in about 15 years, it'll be played in elevators or, like, public toilets. Like, it's that, like, you know what I mean? Like,
that's interesting.
Yeah, that's what, when you put on something on Spotify that is, say, like, new down-tempo electro, which is what apparently I was for a moment. And then you have a bunch of other stuff that sounds so similar that it'll just feed you on the Spotify, like, radio, or like the playlists made for you. And everybody has the same affectation in their voice, the same kinds of synths, the same sort of tempos and all that stuff, because they know that the listeners will stay tuned in if they're not challenged.
Right.
But if you have the streams, and if people are just leaving the playlist on and your music is, like, cycling through it, it looks good on your profile. Like, some people have, like, last night at the gym, there was this really bizarre, awful song. So I was like, I got to Shazam, this is so strange. And he had, like, 20,000 plays, 20,000 monthly streams, I should say. But it was like, it wasn't good.
Yeah, that's why it feels. This is sort of a side note, but, like, when I'm looking at people on Instagram now, there might be someone with, like, 100 followers, and they make amazing music,
right?
And then there's someone who's got, like, 10, 15,000, and it looks just like every other person in their genre, and it doesn't sound interesting.
Yeah, that's it. So I think I wonder what it's like speaking to people who have grown up completely with social media from day dot, because for us, I think we had to jump on that boat. I wonder what their relationship to it is like, because I think for our generation, I say that to make myself look younger. I think that it feels like it's very self-conscious, and we feel like there has to be an answer in this.
Yes.
And I see some of my students who are now like either graduated from music degree or composition degree or whatever, and I feel like their approach to social media is far more flippant. I think they realize how useless it is or how meaningless it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we have the like the the pressure of like putting out your first album, where it's like it's this thing.
Yeah.
And so everything around that, like all the press shots and the music videos, like they were all sort of like part of that in the music culture.
Yeah.
And so now it's like social media, you're putting yourself out there.
Yeah.
It sort of like feels like the weight of like an album or a book, or like, hey, there's this thing forever. But the younger people are like, whatever, just like, it's just something that happens.
Yep. And people forget. You put out a post and people forget. You put out an album and people forget. It's like the same.
Yeah, wow.
It's the same level of attention. Yeah.
Scary.
Yeah. So you just got to do it for yourself.
So do you think that like now with the, combination of having this project and your jazz music and your like accompanying stuff, like that your different musical hats fill you with like contentment and like creative interest, and like there's a good balance going on?
I feel like I've got a really good balance. I'm probably a little bit too busy at the moment, which is a good problem to have. But like I do a bunch of events and like background piano stuff, which I always bring all of myself to. Like some people are like, oh, you got to play piano for like 3 hours by yourself. Isn't that boring? I'm like, I play the stuff that I think will suit the room, and I try and do it to the best of my ability. And I always come away feeling like better. And then I have the stuff that like my original piano stuff, or even just me like practicing like swung semiquavers for at home, like that's really satisfying in another way. And then I haven't written or produced any sort of electronic stuff for like a year, but I still have like my little audio journal where I've got links to things that I'm listening to that I think is cool, and still just thinking about it, and to know that that is another place for me to, exercise some creative energy as well, is really nice to know that that's still, I still have some life in me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you happy to share what this audio journaling is?
Maybe.
What does that mean?
Oh, it's just like stuff that's like really cool that I think sounds cool, but it might not be the whole song. It might be like that synth at like the beginning of the second chorus, or like that drum sound, or
like a lyricist writing down something.
Same
like,
thing.
Oh, that word or that phrase is interesting.
Exactly the same thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
How do you keep it digitally? Like,
I think I just have like a spreadsheet or a Google Doc, and I just copy stuff in.
And to like time code snare drum.
Yeah. Sometimes it's not even that specific. Sometimes it'll just be like this is cool.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
And then sometimes I'll look back and I'll be like, oh, why did I put that in there? So, it's always changing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that though. That's really interesting. I've never heard anyone.
Oh, really?
Yeah, say that.
I think people do it in their minds. Yeah. Yeah.
I guess because it's like a bit like there's lots of people that, that I'll have like a reference track. Like they like this. Oh, could you, play drums like this? Or I want that snare drum sound or something.
Yeah.
But it's not like a journaling practice where they're like hearing and noting stuff to like.
Yeah.
But I really like it.
Yeah, cool.
It's really interesting.
Well, sometimes I will write a bit more stuff. Like I'll be like, oh, this makes me feel this way, and I want to capture that or whatever. But then, other times it's just like, I like the side gate on that moment.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
All right. We should wrap up the podcast with the final segments.
Okay.
Just because we've been chatting for so long and it's been awesome. But I've got to go see this doctor.
Oh, you got to do it. Yeah.
Thank you, though.
No worries. Thanks for having me. Good fun.
So we play the game where each guest asks a question of the next guest.
Oh, no.
So I've got a question for you.
Okay.
From the previous guest.
Yep.
Drummer and singer Kat Greta.
Cool.
If you could describe your music as a dish of food, what dish would it be?
Oh, no. Oh, because I don't really take a whole lot of joy in eating. You know Blender, like Futurama, and he just like opens his stomach and like puts shit in and then closes it and then he's on his way.
Oh, that sounds good, but I don't know.
Right, I'd love to do that.
Yeah.
A dish of food. Like maybe thumbtacks.
Oh.
Is that okay? Can I say that?
Like as in like thumbtack?
Yeah, like kind of like
the sharp pointy thing that you
like prickly and dry and maybe a little bit metallic.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want to eat that.
I suppose, well, I was thinking more of it visually. I wasn't going to eat it.
Oh.
All right.
Okay.
Let me try again.
Well, that's really interesting.
Okay. Oh, look, I don't know.
I feel like that's so much more prickly than your music.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like when I visualize that, it's like that's like so dark. Like a bowl I'm seeing like a bowl of thumbtacks. Like, you know, it's just gonna like tear up the insides of someone that tries to.
Okay, let me try that again. Do you want to start that again? You want to play it again, and I'll try again?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, we can just go with this.
I don't know.
All right, I've got a question for you from Kat Greta, my last podcast guest.
Cool.
Great drummer and vocalist.
If you could describe your music as a dish of food, what dish would it be?
I reckon it would be very organic and unwashed. Maybe like a root straight out of the ground.
Oh, yeah, interesting.
No, that sounds really folksy. Nah.
It does.
Yeah. Maybe it's washed.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm trying to get it like I feel like when I try and play piano, I don't want to be too locked into the grid. But I want to have like an embodied sense of the groove, but it could be really, really detached. So I don't want it to be too clinical.
Yeah, interesting.
And yeah, I'm struggling to find a food analogy for that.
Yeah, well, Kat works as a chef, like alongside the
that's
creative
where the food
project.
Comes from.
Yeah,
right,
and
right.
Similar to you, I'm not like a foodie, so I would have no idea how to say that.
Yeah.
She said lots of things about her music.
Cool.
So thanks for playing the game.
Okay, cool. Sorry.
What? No, don't say sorry. You played the game. That's what question would you like to ask?
Sorry.
The next guest.
Okay. When playing music, how do you think about time?
Can I ask you that question?
Sure.
When playing music, how do you think about time?
So I'm currently working on this thing where I'm like, how far away from the one can I play a note and for it to still sound like the one? And I like the idea of it feeling like the one, and for that stretch to be just pulled so far away, but from like the player and the listener's perspective to go, oh yeah, that was for the one. That was meant for the one. Yeah.
What's like? Are you leaning into any inspirations for feel of that?
I'm so into Lenny Tristano right now.
Okay.
Yeah, and particularly like what's really weird about his the new Tristano stuff, because he recorded it and then slowed it down on tape and then recorded over it and then slowed that down on tape. So it has some really quirky kind of tonal stuff, firstly, which is so cool.
Wow.
Sounds like the piano's like a baritone piano or something. It's so cool. But the time feel is wild. It's so cool.
Solo piano?
Well, there is sort of very minimal kit there as well.
I'll have to check it out. Sounds interesting.
Yeah, it's so cool. And then you realize that he's like from the bebop era and you're like, whoa, he's like wild. He's like decades ahead of his time.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, he's I've got him on repeat right now.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
All right. Can you send me the album?
Totally.
I'd like to listen to that.
Yeah. No, I will.
Alongside your music, I'll put up that in the podcast notes and everyone else can listen.
Yay.
After they watch your music video.
Yes, absolutely. Put that one in. Actually, put in. So Natalie did 3 videos.
She done 3.
Yeah. So she did Mine,
the one that I watched.
Fires,
Yes.
and then also Follow Me.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
We dropped a piano from the sky. We dropped 2 actually.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that was fun. She was like, "What do you want to do for this video?" And then I was like, "Oh, I kind of like want to destroy a piano." And then she was like, "Oh." And then she came back and she was like, "You'll never guess what's happened." She's like, her partner, they have an old piano, and the parents were sick of it in the house. They don't play it. Like they just want to get rid of it. And she was like, "Can we drop it from the sky?" And they were like, "Sure." And so, and then they found another one on Gumtree that looked very similar, so we could get 2 angles, and so we dropped 2 pianos from the sky.
Wow.
We hoisted it up with a cherry picker, and had, because apparently, well, you need OH&S for all these things, so the safest way to do it was to get an explosives person. I don't know what you call them. Like
Pyrotechnic?
A pyrotechnic. So they wired up the piano to the cherry picker with wires that would then explode. They had little things, fuses that would burn, and then they could all stand back. And then dropped the piano, filmed it in slow motion, like I think 2,000 frames a second.
Wow.
And then did it again.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, good
That's
fun.
really cool.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, I'm excited to see what like the next, physical medium is that sorry, not physical, like video is that comes out with the project, like
yeah, me too. I have no idea.
Yeah. Like I can't believe I didn't see the one where you're dropping pianos. That just sounds amazing.
It was good fun. And like what's ironic is that so I cut that bit and I uploaded that, just the piano dropping, onto YouTube, and that got more views than the song itself. But that's fine. Yeah.
That is YouTube.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. All of the artistry and effort, and like people just want to watch the piano break.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I'd probably do the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Screw the art.
All right, let's wrap up with 5 quick answer questions.
Okay.
What is one piece of advice that you would give to your younger self?
I would say, just be a little bolder, be more conspicuous with your music.
What is your coffee order?
Long black.
What's your favorite place to get food after a gig in Melbourne?
KFC.
What's your KFC order?
A zinger stacker, but nothing else. No cheese, no sauce, nothing. Just the bun and the chicken.
Wow. What is your favorite venue to play in Melbourne?
I would have to say the Paris Cat. Yeah, they always treat us well. They have their heart in the right place. Yeah.
What would be your dream venue to play at?
There's this cool art museum in I forgot the name of the island, somewhere in sort of like South Japan. And it's like this concrete bunker with like one I think it's got like one hole in the top where the light comes through.
Whoa.
And I'm not sure if it's water on the ground or like water can collect and just the surface is in such a way that the water like moves. It's almost like it's got a life of its own. It's this really still kind of meditative sort of experience.
Wow.
It is called, the island is called, I think it's Teshima Island. Yeah.
Is this like a World War II bunker or something? Or is it like
I actually don't know.
Specifically built as the...
It was, I think it was a commissioned art project.
Oh, wow.
But I believe the Teshima was once like a lively kind of agricultural place, and then there's not many people living there anymore, so they turned all the houses into like art experiences. So you can...
Whoa.
I hired a little electric scooter and rode around the island and then visited all these little once residential houses that are museums, but then there are a few commission works. And that acoustics in there would be wild. So yeah.
Wow, what a quirky place.
Yeah.
Like a whole island of conceptual art houses.
Yeah, it's a little out the way, but it's good fun. And if the weather's good, it's a good day.
Well, Nathan, thank you so much for doing this podcast.
Pleasure. Thank you.
It's been so lovely just to hear your thoughts and pick your brain and, get a bit of a chronological history and
nice.
Yeah, I don't know, touch on so many different things. I feel very honored that you've said yes to coming on the podcast.
Cheers. Thank you. No, pleasure's mine.
Thanks for joining us on Our Drummers Musicians. I hope you enjoyed diving into the world of another musician as much as I did. Help us grow by leaving a review and sharing the podcast with your friends, family, favorite artist, or anyone else who might enjoy it. For more info and updates, visit ourdrummersmusicians.com. See you next time.